Dear friends from the Macedonian Anti-Poverty Network, I'm delighted to be part of your 10th anniversary celebrations. As director at the time when you entered in EAPN Europe, I can't thank you enough for the energy, the creativity, and the can-do attitude that you brought to EAPN Europe. It was so needed in a time when we were expanding to include new member states and the candidate countries. That energy and that can-do spirit was shown to great effect when our European Minimum Income Network bus, a MIN bus, arrived in your country on the 26th of May 2018. It gave me great pleasure to read again the entries in our diary for our time spent in your country. And I was so sorry that even though I was having a lot of great times on the other bus, that I wasn't able to be there with you at the time. The entry for the 28th of May reads, "Our visit to Skopje was amazing, an intense experience full of contrast, colour and solidarity. In the morning, we parked our bus next to the market, close to one of the biggest Roma municipalities in Europe. The market was very crowded, and it did not take long before our bus and campaign team were surrounded by people asking us who we are and what we were doing there. Together with the colleagues of the Macedonian Anti-Poverty Network, we listened to their stories, the stories of the people living in that area, and we shared our ideas and how decent minimum income schemes could make a difference for their lives. In the afternoon, we had an event on the central square in Macedonia. The bus was parked in the shadow of the enormous statue of Alexander the Great. The Macedonian network expected some media attention, but the 5 biggest TV channels and many other journalists were present, exceeding our expectations. I can tell you that the Macedonian network in totality has far exceeded the expectations that we've had for your network and for what you could contribute to EAPN Europe. I know the challenges remain huge. Using the official EU figures, around 450,000 people in your country are living in or at risk of poverty. And we know these figures only tell a part of the story. If we look at deprivation indicators, there's about 650,000 people impacted. But there is cause for hope. Through your work, you're managing to have voices heard that have not been heard before. You are putting forward ideas for how to address the situation. And the way you do it makes it hard for you not to be heard. And I know that there are official responses, including some progress on the minimum income schemes. I hope the next 10 years will be just as good for you and for EAPN. The German presidency, which will be starting shortly, and the Troika of EU presidencies together have committed to keep poverty on the agenda for the European Union. There are very specific proposals to address the framework for better quality wages in the European Union. And I know that the quality of wages is a huge issue for your country. There are also proposals to look at frameworks to strengthen the basic social security systems, including minimum income systems. There are proposals to address financial transaction taxes, all issues which social NGOs have campaigned on for years. Now, I'm delighted to see how EIPN at the European level and its national networks are working hard to make the best of these opportunities. And I know that your network will be an important part of that work. So, as I said, I am just delighted to be part of your celebrations, and I wish you every good luck for the coming 10 years.